Hey everyone, welcome back. As always, I'm Sumner Blaine, and today I wanted to address a question that I got in my last video, which was, well, the video was, is OnlyFans worth it? My honest opinion. So I got a couple people asking the question, what am I gonna do when I age out? So I thought it'd be fun to respond to that. I mean, so my plan right now is to do OnlyFans for a while. Like, I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I love making adult content. I love making YouTubes, podcasts, all the things we do together, Koaty and I. And I plan to do that for the foreseeable future. Koaty, we've talked about the main reason why we would stop doing what we're doing is if we, one, just hated it. Like if we woke up one day and we're like, we just hate doing this, and it's not good for us anymore. Or if something that we're passionate about comes along that we want to do more. I feel like aging out implies that there's some expiration date, or that there comes a point in doing this line of work that you just suddenly are automatically not relevant. And I just don't agree with that. So that kind of brings me to my first point, is that I don't think that you ever age out. I think that sometimes you have to pivot and maybe evolve, but I don't think that there's just an age where you just are just not relevant. Because if you look up genres in the adult content industry, there's still a demand for the mature adult content creators, MILFs, DILFs, and those people. There are many, many creators that have had long-term fans, and I think that's what it's about, is creating personal connection. And for example, if you are super into someone at 25, most likely you're probably still going to be into them at 35 because that creator got older, but you also got older. There's not a demand for older creators. So as I get older, my audience and my fan base are going to get older, and it's about keeping those connections to have that long-term career doing what we're doing. But I think that especially with OF, that it's put a lot of control back into the creator, that there's always going to be something for everyone, whether you are tall, short, bald, skinny, fat, like any of that. There is something for everyone. There's always going to be something that you're doing that there's someone out there that's going to like that. I also feel like on my content is going to stay up. Maybe someone likes the way I looked more 5 years ago. I don't know. So they like to get on and they like to watch my older videos. And maybe there's someone who likes more the way I look now and they like to watch my current videos. You know, my videos aren't going anywhere. I just feel like those questions don't really get asked. They don't get asked in the same context of how they get asked for how I feel like they were asked towards me. No one's sitting there asking gymnasts who are pursuing it professionally, like, what are you going to do when you age out? Or no one's asking the NFL player, what are you going to do when you age out? Because most athletes have to retire at 30. No one's asking the tech person, what are you going to do when AI takes over your job? I think in any career, you can wake up tomorrow and your job position is obsolete. With a tech person, if AI comes into play and starts being able to do a lot of what you had to do manually, you have to pivot. And a lot of times it doesn't mean that maybe that your job is gone, but you have to pivot. It's totally fair for me to have some idea of what I want to do, but down the line, why can't I just figure out how to pivot in the moment? People wake up all the time and have to restart their career and develop new passions and whatnot. For those of you who actually really do care about, what I might be doing outside of OF, I have reinvested my money into other things, where I have some passive income. One of the things I'm most passionate about, and I would love to do a video on this fully, but is reinvesting my money into real estate. Bought my first property back in 2022. That one is in South Dakota. So if you are ever wanting to take a vacation to South Dakota, Rapid City, go see Mount Rushmore. It's very booked and busy in the summer. Right now it's actually booked. It's been booked since November, and it's booked all the way till the end of March. And then I have a lot of short-term tenants that are staying over the summer already. And then just recently, end of last year, bought a house in the desert right across the street from Coachella. So it's right across the street from the Empire Polo Ground. So it's in Indio, California, Palm Springs. Got that started on Airbnb in January. That's where I'm getting my like semi-passive income, and Koaty and I have a goal to right now really just buy a new property. At this point now we have two, so to buy one every year or every other year and reinvest our money that way. So that's how we're truly, I think, building our wealth and our retirement, outside of like other things that we're doing. If we woke up tomorrow and OF was gone, then I would just pivot. And there are other things that I'm passionate about. You know, like I said, I'm very passionate about real estate. Maybe I'd want to dive into something that has to do with real estate outside of the Airbnbs or short-term rentals that I'm doing. I don't know yet. I'd figure that out in the moment. Or the other thing is we still have the YouTube and the podcast that we love doing. So we'd probably really dive into that. For those of you who, you know, really were curious, I appreciate the curiosity. I don't know. I just wanted to dive into the context of it sounding like there has to be an expiration date to all this. And I just disagree with that. I think that you could do this for a long time. There's nothing that says like once you are 30 or once you are 40 or once you are 50 that you cannot make adult content. You know, so let's just get out of that mindset. There's definitely something for everybody in every age generation. I'm going to do a video about our Airbnbs and our short-term rentals next. So I'll go into a little more detail on the timeline on that. Yeah, you know, thanks for tuning in.